Hello everybody, this is Gruesome Fox coming at you with a 350 cost rated match here in the Slyfrail. We're going to be on Arctic base for this match here, and the Slyfrail is a 350 cost general. The suit does come from Mobile Suit Gundam UC Engage, and I do love my UC Engage suits in GBO2, so I was really glad to finally get my hands on this suit after, quite a while. The way they initially added this suit was kind of weird. It was kind of just thrown in with a step-up banner, where if you did the third step, I believe, you could get it guaranteed. And, even when it was in the step-up, it was still part of regular pools, but, really, it's just kind of up to gacha luck at that point, if you get it or not. And Gundam Operation 2 is very stingy when it comes to giving me the UC Engage units. Still do not have the high mobility camphor or the Engage Zero Incom equip type. Both suits that I really want. Those have been high on my wish list for quite a while now, so, still keeping my fingers crossed that one day I end up getting either of those suits. But for the Slyfrail here, we'll focus on the topic at hand. I did mention this is a 350 cost general, and, visually it's pretty similar to the Gundam ground type, and you even have, a similar weapon to the ground type, that being the Gundam ground type beam rifle. This is your main and only primary, or at least your optional primary that you get with this suit, and I really don't mind it with the beam rifle here, since I kind of look at the Gundam ground type beam rifle on this suit the same way I do with the Blue Destiny Unit 2. Really use it more as a way to get stuns, and, maybe if I, use the uncharged fire to get some extra damage here and there. That's really the main way I kind of use it. The main star of the show here, or actually one of the main stars, because you have two really good weapons with the suit, is going to be the Slyfrail, the Javelin you get here, the Slyfrail L Javelin. This is a really good weapon for its costs. It's kind of similar to the Javelin that the Silver Haze Kai gets, where you have a lot of reach and the ability to instantly knock down targets no matter which way you hit them. So if you do a neutral or a side swing, that is going to instantly knock down an opponent, or, a teammate if you're unlucky to catch one in your range. I think I do that a couple times this clip, unfortunately, so, kind of just mistakes when I was trying to get used to playing this suit. But, you also have a long-reaching downswing, which I think I'm about to use here in a second against the enemy Slyfrail. Paired with that range, a very nice downswing to have. And again, especially for the cost for this being 350. But moving on to the next weapon here, you do have a pair of head-mounted Vulcans, which are exclusive to the Slyfrail. They are called that by name. They actually, I think, are still in the old naming for this suit, because the Slyfrail did have its name changed. I'll get into that closer to the end of the video. I'll finish the loadout here. But, next you have the Slyfrail Beam Saber ×2. That is your second melee weapon, and it does, pair very well with some of the skills you have. But, pretty standard pair of double beam sabers, nothing too big to say about them there. And then you have the Sticky Grenade. Sticky Grenade at 350, which I think the Sticky Grenade is a weapon that, I think it's the same Sticky Grenade that comes with the ECOAS Jegan. I don't think they changed anything about this version, as far as I'm aware. But, Sticky Grenade does give you a bit of utility. You can throw it anywhere and it'll stick, as the name implies. And if an enemy gets close, or if it's just out for long enough, it will eventually detonate, and it can cause a instant stun. So, it does give you a instant stun weapon you can use there. So, really nice there. And then you have the Slyfrail Shield for defense, and again, is something that pairs well with one of your skills. And talking about the skills here, I'll get into the highlight skills here, that being that you do have Emergency Evasion System level 1, so you do have a dodge roll, you do have Melee Combo Controller level 1, You have shield tackle, that works with your Slyfrail shield. You have melee battle optimizer, and then you have pursuit melee auxiliary program, which I think this might have been the first general to get the melee aux program skill. I know the level 4 version of the Uma Lightning Gelgook got it, but I don't think there's ever been a general that just naturally had it. And I think that, again, I think the Slyfrail may have had it first as a general. So, if I'm wrong about that, correct me in the comments. But, yeah, you do have a pretty good skill list here. And, one thing I should mention, though, with the Slyfrail is that you do have a melee combo controller of, not melee combo controller, but a melee priority of 2. So that is something you do want to keep an eye out there, because since the suit is so melee oriented, yeah, you're not going to be able to clash with raids, or, some generals as well, if you're facing off against a Dozul Zaku, which does have a melee priority of 3. So, you kind of want to watch out where you're going with the melee, so you don't accidentally get tackled. But, yeah, other than that, there's really just a lot of positives with the Slyfrail here. As I mentioned, the Javelin I do think is the star of the show for being the suit's best weapon, especially when paired with the Sticky Grenade. Both of these weapons are just really good for their cost, in my opinion. And, really, it kind of makes it, there's no mystery to see why this suit is as widely used as it is at 350. Again, just a really good kit and a nice pair of skills, really just makes for a pretty solid melee-based general. Right now, just trying to see if I could try to help prevent our base from getting destroyed. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case here, since I did see the pilot for a split second, but I wasn't really able to do much of anything, so really trying to make sure my teammate's suit doesn't get hijacked. But there is the enemy Slyfrail that is coming over, and, well, luckily I was able to tag them with the Sticky Grenade. Got a little bit of damage there, but hey, did manage to get the counter. And you do have a nice counter animation using the Javelin here. Unfortunately, my legs are overloaded, so gonna have to try to survive my best here for the last few seconds of the match. Try to go for a tackle. Unfortunately, yeah, tackle, I think I was a bit too late on it, so I'm not gonna survive for the last few seconds, unfortunately, but not really too much of a worry there. And that should lead us into the last few seconds before the match ends. But yeah, overall, Slyfrail, really fun suit. Glad to add it to my UC Engage suits in GBO2 collection. And yeah, it's going to be a mission completed. See how we did here with the Slyfrail on Arctic Base. And didn't get anywhere on the board. I think this is one of my earlier matches, so we're still kind of testing it out. Our teammate Slyfrail did good though. But yeah, second place with 4 kills and 2 losses. Not too bad of a match there. And yeah, it's really all I have to say for this video. Again, Slyfrail, pretty good suit. Not hard to see, why it's, pretty popular for the cost. Yeah, really all I can kind of say is that, really hope we see more of these UC Engage exclusive suits. We have been getting quite a lot of them recently, with the Gym Shooter and the Gundam Delta Ans, which has an E in the Ans for some reason. Oh, I forgot to mention, well, I almost forgot to mention, yeah, the name change. I don't know what it is with the UC Engage suits where their names are very weirdly translated in English, because there's always a discrepancy between the actual mobile game and how they're listed elsewhere. It was the same thing with the Yon Fjavin, where it's the Yong Wavin, I think is how it was spelled, but then they ended up changing it, and they did the same thing with the Slyfrail as well. I think it was the Slyfrail initially, but now they changed it to how it's named in the game, so very weird. That probably means that the Magna Martel, when that gets added, is probably going to be called the Magnamator, so I don't know if they're going to try to change the name later down the line. But yeah, that rambling about names aside, that's all I have for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the Slyfrail. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.